Hey, this is Pierre Duaco talking. Let's unbox the new Loop app. Did you see that now it's in preview and you can activate it? So when your admin activated, actually you don't see it there. There's no menu for Loop, but you can tap loop.microsoft.com. Here it is. And then you have access to Loop Preview. So that's the app. As you can see, I already played with it and some of my colleagues played with it. So you have a first dashboard where you see all your Loop workplace and you can create a new workplace. But before doing that, I just want to show you that in the three little dots, as usual, there's something and you can change a color. That's where you can change a color that I turn it to black. Uh, and so there's some, I'm not sure what it is, but optional connected experience. So when something is optional, usually check it. And there's also experiment, and you see that when Copilot will be in preview, extended preview, you'll be able also to rely on Copilot. I just turned this on. I'm not sure what's going to do. It's supposed to create a sample of a workplace based on the name of the workplace, so we'll see if it works. But basically, how do you start the journey? So you just have to create a new workplace and give it a name. So let's give a name to my workplace. And we'll see what goes on. So you can put an icon for that. Let's say, is there an icon for loop? Okay, let's take this one. And you can invite people. So I'm not going to invite people, but here if I tap the name, it will look in my directory and you can add the people I want to invite. So I'm going to continue that. And that's, I guess, the suggestion. So I'm not sure um, what's how I decided to build that, and I'm not sure, if it makes sense actually, because there's a lot of different things. Pretty strange. So let's see if I can find something. Let's take this one. We'll see. Not sure. So I created, but I don't see the impact on this. So then I'm in a page, and the first thing I can do is, either I can create my page from scratch or I can rely on some templates. So here are the four main templates, but you can explore here and you have a preview of the templates. So, I don't know. There's a body brainstorm. I'm not sure what it is. So you can see there's some objects with votes, action items. So let's take this one, even if it's not accurate. I just want to show you that you can select a template. As you can see on top, you can see who is in the loop, who's working in the loop. And so you can focus either on creating the content, changing the content, so you can change, the look of the image, header, the icon, um, whatever you want to add. Um, you have interesting component, actually, this is a loop component to vote. So here there's a table to vote. Interesting thing is you can add whatever column you want. So for example, I can add a new column. Let's say I want to add a column called author, and you can select here the type of column it is. So you can change the column type and you can decide, is it a text, number, date, person. So here I'm going to put a person. And when you do that, then you can type a name of a person. So for example, I can type the name of my colleague, but since he's not invited to the to the loop, to the workplace, it tells me, until you invite the person, they won't have access to the loop. So I need to grant them access. And if so we'll see how we had them. But it's interesting also to see that when I had, other things like, I don't know, another person, let's add several time Noah, I can see on the bottom that Noah has two items and Matt has one. So there's some calculation here. Also, if I add a new table, or let's say this table, this column, and let's expand it to see it better. Uh, so this column, I am going to change it to number so you can see that when you decide it's a number, then it becomes like in Excel a number, and there's some like in Excel, you have on the bottom of the table a way to calculate, the average, the count, the sum. So there's some features that help you to build your table or work with your table. There's some features also where, let's say, for example, I don't want to see this column. So you can go there and say, hey, I want to hide one column. So you just have to hide it. And that's good. So there's, on the components, there are several options. Here, when you click new, that's for the table. If you want to create a new thing, you have to go somewhere in the page which is not in the table. And you can either type here slash to insert, and it will show you what kind of things you can insert. So all the loop component, even image media. So let me first say something. There's a limitation today, and I think it's in the roadmap. You'll be able in future to add some documents based on, I guess, where they store in SharePoint, Teams, or OneDrive. But today, it's just you can just do that kind of content. Also, to find. So let's see if I was. So here apparently I can add actually a file. Maybe it was my mistake, but I think in the future there will be something here. So let's see what it means here. Yeah, it links to the file, but let's see if I can add something. What was it? Find. Okay, find a file, but here maybe I can choose here. No suggestion available. Clear and type different search. So not sure what it is. I'm unboxing it with you. Maybe I can say, let's see, champions. Maybe I need to type something. Champions, no, it's not contextual, so I'm not sure what it is, what this file thing is. I'm probably gonna have to investigate a little bit more. Let's try the last thing. Find by category. Files. And I'm not sure why. Let's type governance. Oh yeah, so it's contextual actually, but it's not really clear where it's looking for. Okay, so that's basically that's how you can create your page. So first thing is to create your page. Then how do you invite people? So several ways to do that. I think one obvious way is to say share. And so you can share the page link. So that's grab the link and you send it somewhere. So there's no integration here with Teams, Outlook, whatever, as we usually know. You just grab the URL and share it. The loop component, so that's if that's become a loop, so you can have a specific link to the loop component. But I think what I will try to do that so you can invite members. So here you can invite members because I think if you share it, it's because it's people with at Planet. Here you can see that when I share the page, what I can do here is change here and make specific and, like say specific and type the name here. That could be one thing, and I can say, apparently they only edit. But I think what's more logical is to go there and invite the people here, and then you can, type their name, same thing, and you invite them to your to your workplace. So let's explore it a little bit more. So what's here? Here you have a menu on the left side. You have a menu where you can navigate in all your workplaces. You can go back to the home page, or you can create a new workplace directly from here. So just a thing to know. This, I'm not sure what it is. I think it's, if there's activity, it will show it first where there was activity, but it doesn't really show any activity per se. Um, so I'm not really sure how it's going to be used in the future. Here you have the notification. So if somebody notifies you in a workplace, you'll see the notification. So here I can see that Noah previously notified me. Um, oops. Let's go back to my. Here you can search in the loop pages um, for something. So if I say, I don't know, maybe if I search for somebody, I don't know if it's going to find it. Yeah, probably there's. If I do that, I'm not sure if it's going to be contextual. No, it won't show, but you can see noise reference here. Um, so the search helps you to search among your workplace and loop pages. Here you can hide or show the left tray. Here you can copy the page as a loop component. So same thing, it's going to be URL that you can share with some people. What else? Here I'm not sure. I think it's okay to sign out. Here the three dot. So that's interesting because that's where you can see the version history. So you can see all the changes that has been made by who, and you can select one and restore. So let me not do this on this actual one, but let's find a recent. Uh, Actually, my recent one is not this one, so that's why it's a bit weird that this one is not the most recent. But let's see if the version history here, what I can do. So maybe I can come back here and restore, and I confirm the restore, and we'll see what's, yeah, it's poor. And I come back here, restore, and maybe I want to come back to this version, I guess. Was it this version? Oh, something went wrong, so maybe this one. Yeah. So version history, basically, it's viewed as file in SharePoint. I'm not sure where it's stored actually. I need to look at that. But I think maybe we can take a look at it. So let's see. Let's see if I go to Microsoft 365, if we can see. Oh, there. Yeah. So here you can see that Discover Loop app. So maybe. So let's see if I open this. What happens first? So there's not the same design, but you see that it's a component. It's seen as a component, and I don't see where it's stored. Oh, so there's a loop add data. Let's see that. Where is that? Whoops, some issue. It's a preview. Apparently, I'm not sure I'm able to open the location. So let's see this one, maybe. No. Oops. So it's lost. Interesting. So it's still, I think it's still not totally dry, but you can see that it's a fluid file. In fact, you have access to the version history too, and it's stored somewhere. Unfortunately, I don't know where it's stored. Maybe there's specific storage now somewhere, no? And I don't have the permission to see the storage. Okay, fine. Um, so then sharing, I'm not sure. Let's see if I can share it externally. So let me try. Let's see if it says something. Maybe it's gonna ban me to do it. Apparently here I have more choice how I want to share it. So maybe here I can share it just for people to view, not to edit. I'm not sure if it works here. So let's say try this loop. Okay, so apparently it doesn't accept external users yet. So let me try. That's a Hotmail domain, so maybe it's the reason why. Let's try to um, share it with. It's weird, weird why it's turning like that. No, apparently it doesn't work. So sharing doesn't work externally. That's, one finding. What else can we say about loop? Um, so copy the loop component. So just to show you, if I copy that and I put it here, what's going to happen here? So, it opens directly same place. Um, let's do the share. So here I share the workplace, here I share just the page, and here I share a loop component. So let's take the loop component only, and let's see what happens here. Apparently the same thing, so it's not really clear what is the difference between all those. So maybe let's see in email. Let's create a new email. And let's add this URL. Oh yeah, so when I add this URL, you see I only add this page directly in email. So that's another thing that is pretty powerful is you can send an email with this component and people can type directly in email. So here I can change, let's put it to a high number and you have the same dynamic here. It's a dynamic component. And if I go back there, here it is too. So you can, definitely by doing this, extracting the loop component, putting an email, even in Outlook desktop, you can ask people to fill out this page actually. Pretty powerful. And you can do that in Teams also, I think. Let's try it in the chat. So let's see. Uh, if I can add it in my own. Yeah, same thing in the chat. Same thing. So you can see, let's play a little bit. Um, so if I put that in 3 columns, email here, Teams here, and why? Hey, so let's do it again. This, we're gonna put this one second. I think it's because Teams preamble that. Okay, so let's hide this. Oh, I'm not on the same page. Maybe it was another page. Okay, let's hide this. Or maybe it was the same page. Okay. Let's move that. And let's move that. Okay. So let's see the magic. 3 different apps. And it's really live in the browser, in Teams, in Outlook. Fantastic, fantastic experience. I don't see if you see the potential, but you can leverage your work everywhere. And some people are using Teams, some people are using Outlook, and if some people rather go jump into the browser, you can do that wherever, however you want. This is just fantastic. It's like Notion, where a lot of people I think knows what a lot of people know what is Notion, but it's a little bit like that. So it's a way to create dynamic pages where you can reference those pages wherever you want, and it's still dynamic. And what else can we investigate? I'm not sure. What are the components? So that's, I guess, the component you already know. Let's do a progress tracker. Okay. So you can see that in the column, I didn't show you that, but the type of column you have actually, you know, number, like I said, I did, but date also, person, voting, label. So label can be also interesting. So you can add a label group here. Let's say, um, you know, product. And maybe I'm gonna have 3 options. I have an option called Teams, an option calls. So it's like in List, Microsoft List, Outlook, Loop, and I think you can change the color. Or yeah, so let's see if I can change the color to blue, and this one to gray. And then when I choose, boom, boom, you can tag this. Then you can also move your column. I don't know if you know that. You can sort the column. What else can you do? You can insert. Okay, so a lot of benefits here. So you have category column, you have a people column, you have date column. So here you're gonna have a calendar. You have, I guess this is a task list column. Not sure which one it is. Change. Not sure which one it is here. So I'm not sure. It came with the. So let's do a new column. Let's see if we can add a column, a blank column. So there's a little plus here. And let's see if we can add a task here. So I'm not sure. Okay, I need to do some investigation to see how they added a task check mark here, because I don't find the object check mark here, so I'm not sure what it is. I can definitely do a lot of things. Okay, so it seems it's the same here and here, but I don't know. Maybe I can add the out. No, it was not out. It was slash. Maybe checklist. Maybe that's it. Okay, that's it. That's how you do it. So, everything is not accessible directly if you don't know, for example, you have to tap slash. That's another thing to know. Also, there was something else I think that was valuable. So you can, for the component, you can extract the component. Just if you don't want to share all the page as a component, you can just focus on one component. You just, extract this and you create it as a loop component, and then I guess you can copy it, and then I guess in my email, where was my email? I can, so I'm gonna delete this one, and I'm gonna add the one that I just pasted. And so now I don't have all the page. I just, oh yes, I have all the page. Oh, that's weird. So maybe let me undo it. Let's do it again. Oops, what is going on here? Let's try to do it again. So I'm gonna copy this one. I'm sure I copied it. Maybe I didn't copy the previous one. And I'm gonna paste it. Yeah, so I had the bad copy in the history of my copy. So here I just copied the only component, not all the page. So that's another way to, divide your content, and maybe you want people to focus on some content that is in your page. So you just share the component of your page. Maybe for some other you want all the page. So that's really, really very fantastic. So that's another thing. It's to look at the six little dots, not just the three little dots, and you can create a loop from your component. What else can we show here? Not sure. So as you can see, it's not Word or Excel. So I'm not sure if I forget something important here. And as you can see here, we see that this table is now different because it looks different with this loop. This one is not, it's a loop component, but it's not, and I cannot extract the URL. So if I click on it, I don't have the URL. But if I do that, then I can do that. Oh, new thing here. That's very interesting. I didn't see that since it's I guess, a tracking component. Interesting, really. I can do oops, I can do something apparently is to open it in Planner, and I can sync it with Planner. So let's see that. Okay, so bad idea brainstorm. There's a little of tasks. So I created a planner in Planner called bad idea brainstorm. It's just amazing. So everything is intertwined. Not sure if it's going to be easy to learn, but definitely it needs some attention to investigate. So just a few things to show you that when you are invited, this is the email you receive. And also, what's a little bit, you know, annoying, I will say, is, every time something is happening, so when I'm at mention, I receive an email, and in the email, I can change things. So here I can really change whatever I want. And also, you know, uh, directly from Outlook, I don't have to switch to the loop page. Um, you can see you can add image. Yes, the one thing I forgot, I guess. Um, so you can receive what we started to play with my colleagues, and we received a lot of notifications, as you can see. Even I mentioned myself, I received an email. But the benefit is, at least if I'm not in loop, I receive directly a notification email. I would rather have it in Teams. I'm not sure if it come in the future, and then I can see, the page directly in Outlook, and I can play with it directly. It's I'm live here. So that's can be seen as a benefit, especially at the beginning, I guess. But a lot of email. Expect a lot of email every time you're going to be notified in a loop. So I don't know if there's a way to filter them and add them in a specific folder in your inbox. I didn't look into that, but that's pretty awesome too because you are able. What's awesome is you are able to modify the loop right in the email live. And so the last thing I forgot to show is let's grab this link. So by the way, that shows how Loop will integrate AI uh, in the future when Copilot will be available. So you can actually, I think it works well. So you can actually add links directly by copy pasting your link. And like in other application, you have a preview. And for each component, you can see that people can comment, like add a comment. So that's another way, just like in documents, you can comment some text that you're putting in or some links you're putting. So I think every time, not sure if it's for every object. Let's see if it's here. Yeah, you can do it for text. You can do it for table. Yeah, so you can do everywhere. Add comment or like or so pretty powerful too. Um, and there's a preview, and when you click, it goes to the link, obviously. Little preview, and let's see if what goes with a video. Let's go to one of my video just to see if what happens with a video. Let's take this one. Okay, I want just to grab the URL. Okay, so what happens if I put a YouTube video? That's really weird that it is here. So let's, because here apparently I like, what do I like? Do I like this link or this? So there's some issues still. And as you can see, apparently this one doesn't show, I guess. Let's see if I enter. Let's repaste it under it. So I don't know, maybe I pasted it at the wrong place here. There's Some little issues. Here I can see the video directly in the loop. So yeah, it's pretty working pretty the same than in OneNote for the web. So I guess it's a mix of technology like OneNote for the web, um, like the previous loop component integrated in Workplace, and you have access to your Workplace, all your pages in your Workplace. Um, Also, you can create sub-page. I don't know if you can move them. Yeah, apparently you can move them. But it's not a sub anymore, so I'm not sure if I want to move it as a new sub-page because I'm gonna create here a new sub-page. Am I able to create a new sub-page? Yeah, you see, it's not the same look. So apparently there's some issue. You need to create a first sub-page to move a subpage from another selection. I'm not sure what's original. Yeah, that was the file that I put first, I guess. You remember when I was not sure where it was. Um, so a lot of things to learn here. You can share the loop component. You can rename and style. You can add a new workplace. Add to workplace, sorry. So that's a new. Oh, let's see. Oh, okay, I can from here I can add to workplace. Let's do that. I'm not sure where it is exactly. Let's try to do that. Just want to see if there's a connection with what I did here and here. No, no connection. It's not. No, it's just transitioning. Oh, maybe it is. Let's see. Test. And let's go to unboxing. Oh, yeah. So interesting. You can add a page in a workplace and reference it in another workplace, and actually it's the same page. Just discovered that. Oh, definitely you need to play with it, and I guess there will be more. The only thing I think we didn't do is recent, so that's all the page we worked. IDs, so it's there are pages for you. Um, so it's your page, and so same thing. You can add your own icon. It's a bit slow. Add a cover. Apparently, I don't see anything to upload my cover yet. Okay, no big deal here. So that's my ideas, and the workplace are all there. And if you want to go to the homepage, then you can see all ULoop. I hope that was helpful. It was an unboxing video, a little bit long, discovering with you all the features, even if I tried some before. But there's plenty of potential in Loop, so try it. Try it, Loop, try Loop.